Well, happy Friday to you, Dayspring. Hope you've had a great week and preparing to move into the holiday weekend. But before you do that, I want to take a few moments and kind of give you some ministry updates on things that are happening not only locally through the ministries of Dayspring, but also with some of our partners that are, as we work together in giving every man, woman, and child repeated opportunities to hear, see, and respond to the gospel. You know, in our devotions, we've been reading recently about the kingdom of God, and we've been discovering that the kingdom of God expands. It grows through the work of the gospel. So as we invest in the gospel and as we work together with others in getting the gospel to every man, woman, and child, the kingdom of God continues to expand. And I'm here to tell you that even during a COVID-19 pandemic, that continues to take place. The kingdom of God is growing and is growing strong and doing the work that God has for it. And we're excited to be a part of that through not only what we do locally, but in our partnerships with others. And let me just share a couple of things about some of those. Of course, we're doing our local ministries here at Dayspring and continue to carry those out, even with some of the changes we've had to make because of the pandemic. But those are happening and those are doing their good work. We also have those that we're partnering with locally as well. One of those is the Women's Resource Center, which has been a long-time partner of Dayspring. We're very grateful for the work that they do and seeking to protect the life of the unborn. Let me share some things that's been happening with them just the first part of this year. They have conducted almost 500 different pregnancy tests, and out of those, they had 343 that were abortion-minded. In other words, those that were leaning towards terminating their pregnancy. But I'm here to tell you that because of the ministry of Women's Resource Center, over 300 of those changed their mind and decided to have that pregnancy go to full term and to have the child that God had given them. What an exciting thing to see. And also, let me tell you this, in that first few months of this year, they've also had 9 professions of faith. I tell you, the kingdom of God is expanding, it is growing, and as gospel work takes place, that is exactly what happens. Thank you, Women's Resource Center, for the wonderful work you're doing there to defend and protect the life of the unborn. But let me tell you about one of our church plant partners. Jason Bedel is our church plant partner in the New Orleans area there, the Living Hope Vietnamese Community Church. And Jason and I have been communicating, and one of the things that he's seeking to do is get out into the community physically, making visits there in his community. That's a good way to make contact. So he and his team are in the process of knocking on the doors of the people that are located there in their community. And as we talked, Jason said, I wish I had something I could hand off to them, a little giveaway, so to speak, as we made contact, to just let them know that we're here in the community to help them and to let them know about Living Hope Vietnamese Community Church. So we came up with the idea of face masks, since that is a very needful thing for many people today. So we are partnering with Jason and helping him get face masks that he can then hand out that will have his church logo on it, those cloth face masks. And so he'll be doing that very soon, and not only being a practical need in his community, but also getting a gospel witness in front of the folks there. Hey, internationally or globally, let me tell you about something that's happening there. Doulos Partners is one of our global partnerships. Doulos Partners works together with others and helping, and many of those are church planters in Asia and in Africa and other parts of the world, and helping get the gospel out, especially working with local pastors and helping plant churches there and provide local pastors for those churches. I recently got an update from them about what is happening even during this difficult time of the pandemic in Africa. And instead of me trying to recite it to you from memory, hey, let me just share with you what this report said. It says, over the last few months, our pastors have been finding ways to help meet the needs of their communities during the pandemic. One of those ways has been through food distribution. In doing so, thousands were able to be fed and to hear about the bread of life, that is the gospel. On Thursday, June the 18th, one of our church planters in Malawi was able to baptize 20 new believers who had come to know Jesus through the bringing of food and the sharing of the gospel. Isn't that amazing? 21 new believers, 21 new people added to the kingdom of God as they used the ministry of giving food and sharing food to communicate the gospel. In fact, here you can see a picture of that as we're talking about that right now. Well, what an exciting thing to know that even in the midst of the gospel, even in the midst of a pandemic, gospel work is being done. The kingdom of God continues to expand. And thank you, Dayspring, for being part of that, being so faithful, not only in participating through our online services and the in-person gatherings as we've restarted those. Thank you for your faithfulness to volunteer and be part of the local ministries that we're part of, to go on mission trips and to partner with those nationally and globally in carrying the gospel out. Thank you for your generous and consistent giving, and not just to the ministry budget of Dayspring, which is so needed for us to continue our gospel work on so many different levels, but thank you for being part of Mission Forward, which allows us to help fund or provide funds for all of our different mission and ministry partners. It is a wonderful thing to see the heart of Dayspring for the gospel, and to see Dayspring's heart in getting the gospel before every man, woman, and child, giving them the opportunity not only to hear and see the gospel, but respond to it. Hey, these are different days, there's no doubt about it. But one thing we know for sure, know that no matter what day we find ourselves in, the gospel continues its work. So let's all continue to be faithful together. Let's continue to work together, and let's continue to see God expand His kingdom for His glory and His honor. Hey, have a great weekend, and look forward to seeing you Sunday, either in one of our in-person gatherings or on one of our online platforms. God bless.